Hello. Looks like we are a go. Yeah, here we are. Everything looks cool. Super cool. All right. All right. Great. Well, nobody's here yet, so that's fine. I'll just talk. I seem to get about 7 viewers. Woohoo! I got my solid 7 every night. I'm trying to do this live stream every evening until I go back to the Ukrainian army. I am in Ukraine right now. And I have a special treat, maybe, for you this evening. Last week, I did an interview with one of my friends from training in the Legion. That's the International Legion for the Defense of Ukraine. And, oh, great, somebody's here. Thanks. Wait a minute. Oh, that was my test. Oh, God. Okay. At least I know that it's working. Everything's on a delay here. Anyway, so I was contacted by a friend of mine from the Legion. We actually, it's very interesting. We actually left the Legion on the same day, both of us because of injuries. Me because of my wrist being dislocated. He, I think, sprained or strained his knee. It was injured, and it looked like they weren't going to give him a contract until his leg healed, and he wasn't willing to wait for that. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to make contact with another brigade, another part of the Ukrainian army, and I'm just going to go fight. And he's an older guy. He's in his 50s, and he had an injured leg. He was limping around. I was like, what the hell? No way. You know? But sure enough, he did. And literally the last time that I saw him, I thought, this is the last time I'm going to see you. Which is why I was shocked a few weeks ago when he contacted me on Signal, and we got to talk, and I said, hey, would you like to do an interview? So I did this interview last weekend, and I just haven't had time to do proper editing, and it doesn't take a lot of editing, but I was working on it this afternoon after I was doing my preparation for lessons, because I teach English to Ukrainians here. That's my day job, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna put this on my live stream, and we'll watch this video together. And if you have questions, you can ask them. If I may stop the video and comment on it. I'm still talking to Tony. He is still in the United States, but he got the call last week or a couple days ago that the brigade that he's in actually wants him back. They say they're going to buy a plane ticket for him, but that has not materialized. So I'm thinking we might do a fundraiser of some kind, maybe on my site. If you haven't seen my fundraising site for the Legion,
recording in progress.
No, that's...
Recording stopped.
Stop it. I don't want to record, damn it. No. It's... Okay. Let's try this again. Here we are. Here's my site. And on this site, you can buy gear that I and my fellow soldiers will need. This is one package that contains all the basic gear. Not absolutely everything, but most of the stuff, the big stuff. Backpack, pants... battle shirt, bulletproof plates, tourniquets, 4 tourniquets, shoes, helmet with ear protection, plate carrier, all of those things. And they're all sourced from here in Ukraine. And you can buy that, and it gets sent directly. So I am thinking to actually... I really want this page to be just for raising money for units in the Legion, and technically Tony is no longer in the Legion, but I feel like I'm going to just put his face on here, and if you want to send $1 or you want to send $100 to him, all of that money is going to go directly to him after Spotify and bank transfer fees. I'm not going to keep any of it. And if I do make any money off of this video in particular, and the video that I make, the edited video that I will release of our interview, and any future interviews I have with him, they're going to go directly to him. Oh, wow. K. Bell, hey, thank you for letting me know about the Discord issue. I went and looked at it, and you'll have to tell me, maybe take some screenshots or something, tell me how it looks from your end. Because basically it should say something about the Discord on the list of membership benefits, so the basic membership level gives you access to our Discord, but you don't get the information about connecting to the Discord until you actually become a member. The reason for that is I don't want any random people just getting on the Discord server. I want to have some level of security on that. But I need to know what it looks like from your end. And my email is, well, it's on my YouTube channel, and it's also, you can link to it on my Shopify. You can go in there, and if you wanted to send me a screenshot of what you see, it's really important for me to see what members or potential members see. It'd be really super useful if I could just ask you that favor. So, K. Bell, thank you in advance if you could do that for me. It would be really super great. Today I'm going to play for you the interview that I did last weekend. So that, because I just can't sit on it anymore, I had to come to the realization today that I was never going to catch up on all the video editing I have to do. I wish I could hire a video editor. Maybe I can find a Ukrainian who wants to volunteer, once I actually do join the Legion. So, with that in mind, without further ado, we'll just go... I'll share my screen, share my sound, and let me know if the sound works on here as well. That'd be super important. I know this is going to look a little weird because I'm up here in the upper left-hand corner, and Tony is down here, and then I'm also on the screen in two places. I hope that doesn't warp your melon too much, but here we go.
Somehow I didn't see you leave. I just remember I was thinking, man, I was thinking, oh my God, that's the last time I'm going to see him.
Well, it was almost.
Yeah.
We got spotted going into one of our positions, and they just rang down on us.
Yeah.
For about a solid hour.
Wow.
Then they dropped gas on us. On top of that.
Like white phosphorus?
No, gas grenades.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know they were doing that.
So
yeah.
So I don't know if you heard what Tony just said. I mean, this is literally how our conversation started. We had maybe 2 minutes before I hit record. So what Tony here just said. Oh God, that's a terrible look at me. Oh my God. What Tony just said is that the Russians dropped gas grenades on their position. That's what he started off with. Like, okay, I know that the Russians don't care about Geneva Conventions or war crimes or anything else, but this is the first time I've heard of actual chemical warfare in this war. I mean, outside of the white phosphorus, as we described. So, We're going to talk about this more, but I want to get some more history from him here, so I'll shut up.
But they use white phosphorus all the time.
Yeah.
I got firsthand experience of that.
Yeah.
It makes a different sound when it explodes, but then you can see it falling.
Yeah, yeah, and it lights up everything, right?
Yeah, it burns everything. Every position I've been to has been burned out.
Wow.
I mean, just the forest is just completely burnt.
So how long were you out there? How long were you fighting? Or how long were
Almost
you?
4 months.
4 months. Holy
Yep.
shit! So you're just back. You haven't been back very long.
No, maybe a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Maybe a little over a month.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you allowed to say what part of the front you were in, or what brigade?
I was in the Kupiansk district.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We got bombed every day out there. The village I was in got bombed every day.
Yeah.
So if you don't know where Kupiansk is, it's in the far eastern area of the front line, pretty close to the Russian border in the north. So we could almost say like the northeast of Ukraine, east of Kharkiv. Yeah.
And sometimes it'd be so close. We stayed in houses when we did 2-day rotations,
Mm-hmm.
2 days on, 2 days off. And even when we was home, per se, artillery would hit so close it would shake the house.
Wow. Now, were you actually in the trenches, or you were in the houses? Okay. Wow.
I was 2 days on, 2 days off, 2 days out in the field,
Uh-huh.
in the trenches, and then 2 days back home. I say home, but at the house.
Yeah. Yeah. It was somebody's home.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. Wow. I just well, I guess I'll know soon enough. You know. So what about now? You hurt your knee and stuff before. How did you deal with that?
It wasn't no problem.
Really?
Literally, no problem.
What did they do?
I tried to tell them, give me 2 days or 3 days, let me recuperate,
Mhm.
and I'll be done. I'll be good. But 2 people pushed me getting out, so.
Yeah. I have to wonder. There's something that I have been thinking about, even when I was in the training, was I felt like the Legion, maybe they don't really want people to stay in the Legion so much. They really want to use it as a place to bring people and then farm them out to other groups, other brigades, other battalions, not
Well,
Legion.
By the way, anybody watching, I'd be really interested to hear what you think about this idea, especially if you have some experience in the Legion or in the Ukrainian military. It's just an idea that I have. I don't know or even think it's true.
To get them into Ukraine, I'll say, yeah. Put them in the Legion. Because to my understanding, you can't actively recruit from a different nation. It has to be voluntary.
Right.
To go to. So if you volunteer to go over there, then they kick you out. Then if you got contacts, then that's when they could say, all right, we'll come over here with us.
So 4 months in the Kupiansk area. Yeah.
But that was including my time in the Legion also.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
So I actually did 3 months in Kupiansk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Wow. So what was the craziest thing you experienced out there? The gas?
No, it was the missiles hitting the town.
Yeah.
They hit the town with missiles. I got it on camera.
Yeah.
I ain't got them actually hitting it. I got the aftermath because the explosions is what gets your attention. Listen, the craziest I've seen tanks go down the road, but down here, back in the States that would be crazy, but not over there.
Yeah. And there were civilians in the town too, right?
Yeah, it was all populated by civilians. It wasn't. It was like a military people here there, but it was all. It was civilians. They had open stores. It was on a curfew. That was open at 7 o'clock in the morning, and at 5:30 the whole town shut down.
Mm-hmm.
We was only 7 kilometers away from the front line.
7 kilometers. That's close enough for like grad rockets, I think, under
That was 3.5 miles, or a little over, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So artillery could hit it. I mean, mortars could hit it.
Yeah. 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 So did you always get deployed to the same place? Was it back and forth from?
It was different. It was different places.
Uh-huh. And did you have to walk in?
Oh yeah.
A lot of walking.
Yeah, they dropped you off probably about 1.5 kilometers out.
Oh, okay.
And you had to walk in.
That's not too bad. I was expecting 5-kilometer walk every time.
No. They dropped you off pretty close to the action.
So, did you ever actually get to shoot anything, or is it just kind of soaking up?
We didn't shoot. I didn't shoot, but I got the direct artillery.
Yeah.
To where they were shooting at us from.
That's cool. I mean, that's more effective, you know.
Yeah, but they say our line from us to the Russians was only they said 600 meters, 300 meters, something like that. Wow. It was closer.
Yeah.
It was way closer than that because I'm gonna turn my phone around. I don't know if you can see it because of this stupid tree, but from here, can you see the highway?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was about how far we was away from each other. And then there was train tracks in the middle of that. Well, I would say the road was train tracks. That's what separated the Ukrainian line from the Russian line.
Feel free, if you're watching right now, feel free to ask any questions that you have in the chat here, and I'm going to let this play. I'm not going to interrupt the chat, but at the end or towards the end, I'll stop and I'll answer any questions that you have, and also I'll record them so that the next time I talk to Tony, we might even do a live stream, and he'll be prepared to answer some of those questions. Okay.
Then the mortars, it was all right. You could hear them coming in, but from the tanks and stuff like that, you couldn't hear.
They're too far away when they shoot them.
Well, you could hear the boom, but they're going so fast you can't hear. You can't hear it. Mortars you could hear. You got like a 3-second, if that, by the time you hear it to the time it hits.
Right.
So
in the trenches, how close did it hit to you?
I've got shrapnel from where I'll pull it out of my pockets.
Out of your pockets? How big? How big were these pieces?
They was not even. That was probably about a 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
Out from a mortar.
Wow.
I lost my glasses there.
Oh man. How did you live without? I mean, look, if I lost my glasses, that's it. I always carry 2 extra pairs of glasses. For that
Dallas lost my luggage, where my second pair of glasses was. So I went to Ukraine with only that 1 pair of glasses. They told Orlando told me Dallas was gonna what do you call it? Check my bag all the way to Yeshov. And when I got Yeshov, it wasn't there. So
and gone. You never got them.
No, I never got the whole bag. It had all my electronics, my power bank, extra cords. It had everything.
Wow. So somebody stole it, basically.
Somebody got it.
Shit. Yeah, somebody got that shit for sure. That's crazy. What airline did you fly with?
Delta. No, hell, I don't know. I had to look up my my itinerary.
Yeah.
But shoot, let's see, the craziest thing, I don't know, there's plenty of them. I don't know. I got UC4.
That's cool. How? In what way?
I was a part of a sapper unit to begin with, and we was given a task of blowing up a stump. So that's what we went and did. So
why a stump?
It was, I don't know.
Just because the trench was going through there, or?
Oh, it wasn't even at a trench. It was at a, I ain't even gonna lie, man. It was at a spa resort.
What?
Yep, in Kyiv.
Was this at the beginning or at the end?
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Maybe they just wanted to see how you would handle C4.
I don't know, but well, actually, one of the craziest things they did was they put me on a range, and then there's like, oh, stop, you dangerous, stop. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm dangerous? I shot every target. I didn't point my weapon at nobody. It's like, yes, you good, you dangerous, you sniper. That's what they did.
So I was going to ask you, like, after you left the Legion, what kind of training did you get between the Legion and Kupiansk, or any?
When I got to Kupiansk, we sat there, and then that's when they said, let's go to the range.
Oh, okay.
So they took us all to the range, and then that's when it was like, you dangerous. Stop, you dangerous. And to me, that was, when somebody tells you dangerous, that means bad.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Not safe.
Yeah, well, coming from them, that was a very good thing.
Yeah.
They was like, you're going to kill a lot of Russians.
So that was it? Was that the extent of your training?
Well, we went to the range almost every day.
Oh, okay.
We learned how to jump in and out of
Trenches?
APCs.
Oh, yeah. What kind of APCs did you ride in usually?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like there's M113s and there's, I don't know, all kinds of freaking crazy APCs that are out there. I don't even know what the Russian or the Soviet ones are called.
These were American.
Yeah. Okay, they were probably M113s then. Big boxy things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an M113. Yeah.
Well, they had us jumping in and out of those. They had us training for multiple roles, just in case there's like, hey, we need a unit down here that knows how to jump out of a AP. Well, we need to do trench warfare.
Right.
We need a unit now.
Yeah.
So we was assault. Then inside that assault, we had certain jobs. Like mine was sniper.
That's cool.
So they in fact took me to a house because I didn't like the sniper weapon that they had. They took me to a house and bought a sniper rifle just for me.
What was it? What kind? I don't know my sniper rifle.
Dragunov.
A what?
Dragunov.
Dragunov. All right.
Yeah, that's a Russian. But I didn't. There was a lot of things. They wanted me to be a sniper, but they wanted me to pay for the opticals, the scopes.
Oh, right. Because you're an American and you have money, of course, right?
Yeah. Apparently.
They all think that.
I was like, no, that's not how this works. You want me to have it, you buy it.
Yeah.
And they was like, no, you buy it. And then when you go home, you take it. And I'm like, y'all not gonna let me take that.
And what are you gonna use it for? I
got sniper rifles here.
Yeah.
Well, the sniper rifle caliber.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what I hunt with.
Right. It's a damn shame that we can't take our weapons from the U.S.
I was trying to find a way to do that.
Yeah.
You can ship a barrel. You can ship everything but the receiver.
So I've got a travel company that my wife works with. She's employed by them. International travel company, and they specialize in helping mostly Americans travel to go hunting, like on safaris, that sort of thing. Travel internationally with their weapons to Europe, to Africa, wherever. So I'm gonna be talking to them about, just to find out what the legal possibilities are, because a lot of people in the Legion have really complained about that. Like, why am I walking around with this AK from 1965? When anything I have at home is better than this.
Well, I was watching something today on Ukrainian snipers, and I got animals out in my yard, so I shoot squirrels out my tree. So if you see me look up, it's a squirrel probably. But I was told you couldn't bring weapons across the Polish-Ukrainian line.
Yeah. But
and they do check you.
Yeah. Oh, sure. But I know that there are people who have done it, but kind of like, you stick half a gun in one bag and a barrel in the other bag and, a clip in the other bag, and between all three, then you put the gun back together when you get on the other side.
That might work.
That's what I've heard.
Well, the Xray, when I went from Ukraine to Poland, they brought us out 3 times from the bus. Once was to get our passports. One was passports. Then we went through a metal detector, got back on the bus, pulled forward. They brought us out, made us get our luggage, and run it through an X-ray machine. And they pulled me off to the side because I had medicine in my side pack with my luggage.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine if you walk through with a barrel or something like that.
Yeah, I crossed the border into Slovakia this past summer, and it was a very interesting experience. I did it on a bus, and they went through and checked everyone's bag. Okay, So I'm sorry, everyone's suitcase, and kind of just lifted things up. They didn't do an X-ray, so this is Slovakia, not Poland. They didn't have X-rays, but I had a backpack on my back, and they didn't even check the backpack. They didn't even look at it. It was very strange. I mean, I was thinking, my God, if I had something in there, which I didn't, but if I had something in there, they didn't even look at it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, anyway, yeah, I just want to get back to like your time out there on the front. So, and we were talking about your training. I mean, sounds like that was it. Like going to the range and APCs.
Yeah, that was it. You learned. I didn't. I was treated different because of my second job, but I didn't know. Yeah, the sniper.
Yeah.
So I didn't. A lot of the where they learned how to rush trenches, I wasn't involved in.
Mm.
But I watched.
Yeah.
And I was also a PKM.
What's that stand for? It's a machine gun.
Yeah, so it's not no AK. It's a.
Yeah, it's a tripod.
Yeah.
Machine gun. Yeah.
Yeah. So what they were saying was, all right, when we go do a trench, you lay cover fire and let the people move up.
Yeah. And
then once they get there, they'll cover you until you get to their position.
Mm-hmm.
They carried 6 magazines with 30-round clips. I carried 10 45-round magazines.
That's a PKM. That's a heavy son of a bitch.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
My total outweight was my plate carrier. When I had 2 level 5 plates. Mm-hmm. Then I had grenades on top of that. Then my PKM. Then 10 magazines, 450 rounds of ammo, plus a backpack. So I ended up carrying probably an extra 120 pounds. And it was like, why can't you keep up? Well, motherfucker, here, you carry this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, literally, that's how I talk. Well, motherfucker, here, you carry this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. I mean, who could keep up with a formation of people who don't have that much ammunition or that? Because you put what 3 AK-47s to 1 PKM.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
But exactly. I did it though.
I can just picture you out there hoofing it, man.
And then we had to take everywhere we went. We had to wear our armor, even when we wasn't even in on the front line. We had to wear our armor and take a machine gun with us everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Even going to the grocery store.
What grocery store?
Yeah. Well, that's a question. I mean, in the village, did they have shops and stores where you could?
We had a bazaar. Well, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a bazaar in one area, a store probably about a quarter mile away from the house, and then another store probably about a mile up the road. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And they sold the regular stuff like sausages, chicken, or whatever, But I mean, it was. Then to get your military stuff, you had to go to a different, completely town. It was 30 minutes away. And checkpoints, you'd probably have to go through 4 or 5 checkpoints. So
that seems stupid. So what do you mean to get your ammo or?
Well, yeah, I mean, if anybody could walk in and be like, hey, I want to buy this silencer, and I want this clothes right here, and as long as you got the money, you can buy it. You can buy Uzis straight off the shelf, pistols straight off the shelf. Yeah.
But what about what about supplies from the military itself?
It came. You had to go to it because it was. They didn't want it. It wasn't nowhere near close to front line. That's
what I thought. Yeah.
It was probably about 30 minutes out from the front line too. Uh-huh. So when we went and got like ammo, we got cans of it. And
did you have to walk? Did you have to walk for that too?
No, no. We was allowed to have our own cars. Uh-huh. So I mean, if you saved up the money to buy a car, well, there you go. You got a car. You can go anywhere you want to.
Yeah, that's a useful thing for sure.
But if you're not in the loop and don't get no passcode, or the where you want to call it, password.
Yeah,
You know,
for the checkpoints, you mean?
yeah. Then you get searched at every checkpoint.
Oh God.
Yep. And then where I was at, it was when I first got there, you know, it was alcohol was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they banned that. So yeah, they banned the whole town. You couldn't get alcohol in. So everybody.
I bet some people were mad.
Some shit. The whole damn town was mad. They had a whole town mad at Russians because they couldn't get their alcohol.
Good God.
So they end up going to a different town and buying up all their alcohol there, then bringing it back.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, obviously, you know.
Well, they sell it bootleg.
Yeah.
And a little 65 or 25 hryvnia beer at that one location is now 85, $1.50, or, you know, 150 hryvnia there. But
somebody's making money.
The police are.
Oh, of course. Classic.
I've sat there and watched the police sit there, and the man selling beer go up to the police and say, "Hey, man, you're ruining my business. I'm trying to sell beer." So, because of my little translator, I had to have a translator everywhere. I was assigned Ukrainian.
Uh-huh.
And wherever I went, he had to go.
Yeah, well, sure. So you don't get lost and not understand the commands or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was telling me. And,
I thought you meant like you had like Google Translate or something, you know?
Oh, I got that too.
Yeah.
That was the talk to, like when we was at the house or we was trying to have a conversation and we didn't know what each other was talking about.
Sure.
That's when we use Google Translate.
Sure.
But I found out real fast, because I'm American, I cannot buy what Ukrainians can buy.
What do you mean?
Because I was an American. A Ukrainian could get more than I could.
Oh, yeah. They charge you an extra because they think.
No. If I didn't have a Ukrainian with me, I could not buy beer.
Really?
I had to have a Ukrainian with me to buy beer.
Weird.
Yep.
Weird. What? Like why?
Don't know. I have no freaking clue.
That's hilarious.
And then my little Ukrainian dude ended up getting killed.
Oh man.
Yeah. He got killed one day and I left the next day.
Wow.
Because he got killed. Then about 2 weeks before that, or 3 weeks before that, another guy in the house, he got hit by shrapnel, just tore his ass up. I mean, literally, he got hit in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
It just tore his ass up. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself, hell, there ain't 2 more people in this house. Now, who ain't going to make it back?
Which one's going to be him or me?
Yeah, I mean.
Wow. What got your interpreter? Was it shrapnel too?
No. He got shot. Yeah, he got shot. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it was. I like it. I mean, when I was there, I hated it.
Sure.
I was sitting duck. They sent us out there to the front line, and we had these dugouts. And the only thing we can do is just sit there and wait on either the artillery or mortar, or them decide, all right, today's going to be the day we're going to assault this. But other than that, we were sitting ducks. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, just sitting there to soak it up.
Yep. I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But where was you going to go? Right. You too far away from the deep? No. And then we got treated different too. The
Better
foreigner,
or worse?
Some of it was good, some of it was bad. Mm-hmm. The foreigners had to do all the digging in the trenches, while the Ukrainians sat back on their phones that they're not supposed to have.
On the front line? Yeah, no, you're not supposed to.
Yep.
Wow.
So I got to where I was like, no, I'm not digging nothing, because they was like, 2 of y'all go and one watch while the other one digs, and then switch out. The one digging watches. I mean,
well, they sit on their ass.
Yeah. In the dugouts.
Oh, so you have to stand out in the open.
Yeah.
And they get to sit in the dugouts.
Yeah. I didn't approve of that.
Yeah, I bet not.
And I mean, the drones is what scared me the most.
Sure.
Well, I lied on that. The scaredest I ever been, ever. And I've been through a school shooting. It was even worse than that. When I heard that helicopter in the woods. Yeah. And I was looking around like, what the fuck?
Where are we going to go?
We don't have nothing to defend for it.
Yeah.
We didn't have no RPGs, nothing. All guns.
Yeah.
And that's not going to do nothing.
No, that's like pissing in the wind.
Yeah. And then 2 weeks later, after another position got strafed by the helicopter and everything, then they gave each position its own RPG.
Finally.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you couldn't do this. This should have been like from the get-go.
Well, it's been a real problem throughout this war that the big stars, you know, the 47th Brigade or the 3rd Assault or whatever, they get all of the big fancy stuff, and the rest of the army is left with, you know, crap, pretty much.
Yeah, the hand-me-down.
Yeah, exactly. And you get an RPG if you're lucky, you know. So, I mean, it's good they finally pulled their head out of their ass, though, you know.
And my battalion, when I was in, we were supposed to be getting a tank,
Mm-hmm.
and they was we was gonna do some kind of assaults with it, but I don't know. I didn't. After they mentioned it, it was kind of hush hush, and it was like, oh, what tank? Yeah. So, no, but it was. I liked it, even though I was there. And when I got home from the front line, everybody was like, hey, this, and I just wanted, you know what? Just leave me the fuck alone. Give me about an hour to myself. Let me decompress.
Yeah, seriously.
Yep. Or, you know, when I come back, I left beer. When I come back, I want beer.
Yeah.
You know, leave my beer alone. If you drink it, replace it. That's all I really wanted was I'll go to the front, you know, let me come back, let me decompress, and then we'll do whatever.
Yeah. So how was it coming back? Did you have trouble with the airport TSA crap?
Believe it or not, I had it in the United States. It was Poland, England, all that. It was good. I mean, they got you in and out.
Yeah.
So they hit Washington. We sat in that line for about an hour. And I'm like, good God. When we got there, they had like they had 4 TSA agents for customs. When we got there, 2 of them left. So, like I said, I'm trying to go back now.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm gonna record this video, and I'm not gonna really do any editing unless you want me to. I'll send you it when it's, you know, when I think it's like finished, and then I'll send it to you first so you can look at it and say, yeah.
Oh, just do whatever.
Good.
Do whatever. I trust you.
But what I'd like to do is say, you know, just if people watch this and they want to help Tony get back to the front, I'm going to put up a fundraiser on my website specifically for that.
All right, that'd be fine.
Yeah, and then you know, I've been wanting to do like a GoFundMe kind of a thing. I'm just not sure. I think GoFundMe would you know. You can't do it for a soldier.
Yeah, that probably violates so many things. But you was asking what was one of the craziest things I encountered.
Yeah.
All right. How they told me I was going to the front line, they'd come say, Anthony, you go to war. So this particular time, they come and said, Anthony, you go to war. They give me like a 30-minute heads up before it's time to leave.
Okay.
So I run, go get all my stuff on, make sure I got my grenades and check my weapon, make sure I got everything for it. I keep a backpack just for that. So normally we get in a deuce and a half. And this time a pickup truck come pick me up. And the lady opened it up, the back door, the back hatch. She said, get in. I crawl in, and there's another dude in there. He goes, big trouble, big danger, very bad danger. And I'm like, what? He goes, bad danger. He said, position very bad. And so we get, this is that time I was telling you we got spotted.
Right.
We get to the front, to the rally point, and we get hit by artillery. So they put us up on the ground. All right, once the artillery's done, you know, they figure throughout, whatever they do, to figure out there's no more artillery coming in. They tell us to go outside. They tell us to go outside. We sitting there. I shit you not. This lady brings out a box of grenades, says grab 3 and go.
Go where?
She pointed. Go. Yeah.
That was your intel for this. Just
grab 3 grenades and go. Yep. Because the people that we was down in the bunker with was the people that was in that position. They left the position. That's how bad it was.
So I mean, good God, I would have grabbed 6 grenades. You know.
Well, I already had 2 on me.
Okay.
So she was like, I'm like, where do I put the rest of my grenades? I was going down the woods with my pockets filled with grenades. But yeah.
So did you end up taking the position?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we got the position. Yep. That's when we started getting bombed and gassed.
Yeah. Was it the gas? Was it like tear gas or what kind of gas?
I don't know what it was. I don't know. Once we was getting bombed, we all ducked for cover. And I shit you not, this might sound like a little bitch thing, but they was hitting the dugout I was in. I got everything I could and threw on top of me. Just because of the shrapnel and everything.
It's the smartest thing you could do.
And, but then all of a sudden I heard the drone going, then I heard, I got looking out, and it was just smoke everywhere. It was interesting. And man, they was hollering out gas. They was putting on their gas masks, running up and down the trench. Yeah. I left my gas mask.
Oh shit!
When we started getting bombed, I left mine in my bag that was sitting on the side of the trench. Oh. So I'm sitting in the dugout with no damn gas mask or anything. Nope. So I did what I could. I putting stuff over my face. I had my eyes closed. I opened them up to see, and then I'll close them back.
Yeah.
And it got to where the gas was starting to dissipate. So I started hollering out, friend, gas mask. And he didn't throw me a gas mask. He threw me a respirator, which is, it was the best next thing.
Well, but wait a minute. A respirator is supposed to take gas into you. It's supposed to take air into you. That's the point of a respirator. It doesn't keep gas out.
It's like literally one of them little cotton things with a filter on it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's something. It
was better than nothing.
Yeah. Well, but you never knew what the gas was, huh? Could it have just been like just smoke bombs?
No, they was hollering gas.
What kind of tear gas? It could have been tear gas. Have you ever been tear gassed before?
No, I've been pepper sprayed plenty.
Oh, I went to the Army. Yeah.
I went to the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
So that's a requirement that you get gassed. It wasn't. The dugouts were. I was burning. My skin was burning.
Really?
So it might have been CS, tear gas.
Yeah. That's a freaking war crime.
They catch it on camera all the time.
Yeah.
That's not going to do nothing.
God damn it.
It ain't going to help. Nobody's going to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's a long list of war crimes that Russia's done. But
so this is the most important part of this interview. It's the first I've heard of it on the part of the Russians using tear gas. So, and I actually have heard of Ukrainians potentially using tear gas to get people out of trenches, but I haven't heard of the Russians doing it, and I didn't really believe the Ukrainians did it. Anyway.
It does.
Phosphorus is war crimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. Wow. What else you want to know?
Wow, man. Well, that's it for now, man. I think that was awesome. I think we're good.
You got to, when you go get your uniforms and stuff,
yeah,
they give you one jacket, one pair of pants, a pair of boots, like 6 pairs of socks, like 5 pairs of underwear, and a t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of it, you either got to be giving it to, or you got to buy it yourself.
I tell you what, here, where I am in Ukraine, it's right on the border with Hungary, and about 8 miles from the border.
Are you in Moldova? Makachevo?
Makachevo.
Yeah.
I'm close to Makachevo. It's the nearest big city, but yeah. And there's like 5 secondhand shops here, and they all sell clothes by the kilo. Right? Yeah. So I go in there almost every week, and on Sunday they get new clothes, right? And that's when they cost like 400 grivnas per kilo, right? So that's like $10 or something. And then it goes every day. It gets lower and lower and lower until you get to the end of the week, Saturday, and it's 33 grivnas per kilo. So I go in there and look, this is a pair of this is a rain jacket. So this is it's got the rubber inside, and there's shit from like every military in Europe, pretty much. I've got a full set of rain gear. These are waterproof pants. I've got this is a Czechoslovakia or Czechia. This is a military coat from Czechia. I've got and t-shirts, whatever kind of t-shirts I want. And these are the ones that were 33 hryvnias, okay? If I wanted to, I could supply the whole goddamn Legion if people didn't mind wearing secondhand clothes,
I wouldn't, and I don't know. Like you said, the Legion, I don't know. I mean,
it could be better. It could be better than it is. That's what I would say about it, It could be better.
I mean, look how many times you've been there, and they still. See what I'm saying?
That's their thing. No, it's what I said. I think that a big part of what they want to do is they're bringing people in, and then they don't necessarily want everybody to be in the Legion. They want to farm out all the foreigners into the different brigades. And so, I mean, if you think about it, like if the International Legion was the biggest, most powerful brigade in the whole Ukrainian army or something like that, which will never happen. But if it were, then it would be too much like an occupying army. You know what I mean?
Yeah, foreign armed up.
Maybe.
I don't know. But to me, it was just like they pick who they want. And no matter what they do is they're going to get through.
Yeah.
And what's
they definitely tried to weed me out on the first week, Oh, for sure. The second time I came back, they wanted to weed me out until they saw me like working out and getting stronger, all that shit. And then they were like, oh, I guess he is serious, But
to me, if you come there, you left your family, your fans, you've left your whole country to come fight for another country. Why should you have to go through all that?
Yeah.
Give you a gun, we didn't even know how to scale a 20-foot wall and down, what do you call it? Rappel down the other side. We didn't. That's not what we would. If they got units for that,
right?
And we wouldn't. Nobody in there was that.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing that. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, who? Even though I watch YouTube all the time on this, I have not yet seen somebody in a regular unit rappel out of a damn window.
Exactly. Not one time. Yeah.
Yep. Not in a regular unit. Now, if I can understand if we got
Special
you want to join
Ops Urban Assault Brigade in Bakhmut or something.
Yeah, if you want to try out for that, then let's go. Don't subject the whole Legion just because.
That stupid fucking wall broke a lot of people. That's how I fucked up my arm. That stupid wall broke a lot of people, for sure.
And even though I did get hurt, I finished that course.
Yeah, me too.
And then there was one, and there was like, the medic was like, "Oh, I knew you." Yeah, he went for me. So, and then from what I heard, he quit.
Really?
And then the Legion.
The medic?
Yeah. Starlight.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna pause it here because we kind of have a little conversation about some people with call signs that maybe I ought not to share. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit through this, and then when I put out the video, I will just bleep out those call signs. We're not talking bad about anybody. I just I don't feel like I should share information about anybody who's not hasn't given their direct consent and isn't a part of the conversation directly. So I'm just gonna skip ahead just a little bit.
Go back
yet?
Yep.
It's fucked up.
They knew I was leaving, but they didn't know when. They knew my daughter's surgery was on October 16th, but they didn't know when I was leaving.
Yeah.
And then when I found out, boy got killed, I was like, yeah, I'm going.
Now's the time.
Yep. So
here he's talking about why he left, by the way.
And nothing.
So that money is supposed to come straight to your account.
Yeah.
I wonder whose account it went to.
So just to be clear about this, I may have skipped ahead just a little bit too far. We're talking about combat pay, and he has not received his combat pay. So the base pay is $600 a month, and then you get, when you're on the front line, actually in combat, you get various levels of combat pay on top of that, up to, I don't know, I want to say about $3,000 a month. And he didn't get any of his combat pay, and only even got part of his base pay. So that's what, just to fill you in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they paid me $250 on Thursday.
This past week.
Yeah. Which is wrong. Well, I mean, really, it's right, because when you're away from the front line, you get half pay.
Okay.
Well, no, you don't even do that. It's $500 for the first payment, and then a combat pay is $2,600.
Yeah.
So it should have been $500 for my soldier pay.
Yeah.
And then combat pay should have been $1,600.
So
somewhere around there.
So in other words, when you were back in the house, you were paid the however much it was.
No, when I was out, all right, when they say, they defined it as combat as you're not on your 10-day vacation. So if you go wherever for 10 days, they would subtract that 10 days from your combat pay.
I see.
But all soldiers got $500, then $2,600, and I ain't getting my combat pay.
Any
I
of
mentioned
it,
that
or just for
any of it.
Any of it. Wow.
I have gotten paid. It was $125 one time. $500 another time, and $250.
What the fuck?
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard stories like this,
And my wife was like, you was over there. She's like, do you think $250 was worth your life? And I was like, it's not.
Can't argue with that. What are you going to say,
Yeah.
Like,
So I mean,
if they want to have people, they better change up how they're doing stuff.
Even one of the people that we know that was in a hospital because he got shot several times, they didn't pay him. Because I was asking him, had he got paid yet? And he's like, no, brother, I ain't got paid. Payments on delay. So.
So I mean, what do you do about that? What's the, who do you talk to?
Hell, I don't know. I talked to my commander, and I let him know the situation, and he sends me a plus signal, plus sign, which means okay.
Yeah, that's all that means.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wrote him in Ukrainian because I still got my little translation app.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe next time I'll get, but I'm not going back until after the first of the year. I'm here for the holidays now.
Sure.
I'm not going to miss holidays now.
Of course. Yeah. Christmas, Thanksgiving. New
Yeah.
Year's.
Well, I could have missed. Oh, I was going to miss Thanksgiving anyway. I wasn't coming home for Thanksgiving, but I was going to come home for Christmas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just like how you said, we're foreigners. What can they do?
It'll be interesting. I'll tell you, my wife's an accountant, and she counts every penny, or they call them kopinkas here. If they try to do that with me, they're going to have another thing coming. I tell you what.
I don't know who to talk to.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't want to rustle no. Yeah, and I don't want to rustle no feathers neither, because technically I broke contract.
Right. Well, yeah, but you're supposed. I mean, foreigners are. I guess you're allowed to do that, right?
I joined the Ukrainian army.
Yeah. I mean, you can break contract, but you're not necessarily allowed to come back when you break contract.
Well, I've already talked to them. They said they're waiting on me.
Yeah.
That's my daughter.
Nice.
But he said they're waiting on me to come back.
Yeah.
Go on, baby. Daddy's talking. She's highly against me going back to Ukraine.
I'm sure. I'm sure my children are grown, and they're not happy about me being here either.
So, well, I mean, I don't know. And then now I find myself like severely bored, like depressing bored. And I went from, a wartime to listen to the birds chirping. And I tell my wife all the time, I miss Ukraine. She's like, why?
No, people don't understand it.
Uh-uh.
People don't understand, yeah.
I was like, she's like, but you hated it. I said, yeah, I hated it, but now I miss it. I was like, the adrenaline, excuse me, the adrenaline is, can't do that here without going to jail or.
Yeah.
I mean, just like for jokes and everything, I was like, I'm just going to call 911, tell them I need some adrenaline.
Just something.
Yeah, please come down here and beat me or something.
I never told you about like what my hobby is, like what I do for fun, like in the States. So my hobby back in the States is full contact medieval sword combat.
Oh yeah, we watched you do that.
Oh yeah.
Out there, well, I mean, out in the Legion.
Yeah, yeah.
Was there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there were some videos or something.
I don't know, but once I got to my unit and everything, it was, all fun and games was off.
Yeah, yeah.
Until you got into the swing of things, then. But it was, then them sirens they had us running for. What was the point? Because I learned. Now this is real facts. By the time the sirens goes off, it's already done and over with.
Yeah.
Or it's in the process.
To be clear, what he's talking about here is in the Legion, they every time there's an air raid alert, they have us run. Doesn't matter if it's 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. We have to get up and run out of the building and run off into the woods to some meeting point, and it's pretty awful and kind of stupid. But that's what he's talking about.
They're getting bombed. So I mean, when the air alarms went off, the first time I heard it go off while I was over there, I jumped up, and everybody's like, "What? What's wrong?" I'm like, "The air alarm." They're just like, "Oh no, it's okay. We don't go nowhere." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And by that time, I mean, boom, 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 and it was too late. Why run? Where are you going to run to?
Actually, running is probably more dangerous.
Then they hit the town with them stupid cluster munitions, man. This is exactly the same thing we hit the trenches where I was at when we called in artillery. That was one time we was getting hit, and then it stopped. Then they want to come shoot at us. And the bullet going by you goes. Phew! That's what it sounds like. They're like, "Where's it coming from?" And I was like, "There." And there's like 1 o'clock. I'm like, "Yeah." But whatever, how they talk. And it's like, "Okay." And there's like 5, 4, 3, and then it was just like, yeah. And then we lit them up.
Nice.
Nobody stopped from over there, ever. They hit them with regular artillery. It was just like, it wasn't even, just because this is why I'm telling you, the 300 meter or 600 meter.
Yeah.
Was not true, because, we was feeling the impacts.
On them.
Yeah. So
that's dangerous.
For those of you who came in late, what he's saying there is they told him that the enemy trenches were 600 meters or 300 meters away, and he says they were a lot closer.
Close situation, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was feeling the impact. So I know, I'm not no dummy, but 300 meters is a long ways to feel an impact to where it will shake dirt off on the inside of your dugout. And dugouts rat infested.
Oh yeah. How did you deal with that?
Slept with them. Slept on the ground. No, we didn't have cots. We had these little stupid yoga mats.
Yeah.
And that was it. If somebody brought extra sleeping bag, or you brought your sleeping bag, that was it. But the rats will crawl all over you while you're sleeping. There was one time I was kicking one. It was on my leg. I was sitting there kicking, and I swear the thing was a cowboy.
Like he was riding.
Yeah, he was riding it. He wouldn't let go for nothing. And I ended up having to get up and trying to smack it off of me.
Wow.
But I mean, it was the most dangerous thing are them drones.
Yeah.
That's the most dangerous weapon they have out there.
And did you only get a drone that one time with the gas?
Oh no! It stayed in the air with drones. They got people specialized in taking down drones.
Yeah.
Well, they got this little, I don't know what it is, a little electronic thing. When they see a drone, they point at it and they'll stop it mid-flight.
Yep.
And then you got somebody else with a rifle. They'll shoot it down.
Yep.
But it was all day, all night. You couldn't get no work done because every time you would hear a drone, you got to go hide for cover. So it's the drones is what scared the most out of me.
Because I've used those guns myself.
The electronic warfare gun.
Yeah. A lot of people say they ain't worth a shit, but I mean, I know that they just have to be used the right way. You know, there's ways that they work, and they're not miracles. You know.
Yeah.
Not miracle weapons.
But I learned to associate with, if you hear a drone and it's hovering above you, artillery's coming behind it. And it's not, maybe it's like a 90% chance of artillery's coming behind it. And that's not a good
Did you ever
feeling.
try to shoot one down with your sniper rifle? Yeah.
I never did take my sniper rifle out to the field.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
They was gonna send me on special missions. And it never got to that point. Because I wouldn't buy the $5,000 US dollar scope that they was wanting me to buy. I wasn't gonna buy it.
Yeah.
No.
Like, yeah, seriously. Like, get your mama to buy it, you know?
And it was telling me, all right, you're going to be between 500 and 800 meters away.
Okay.
Sniping.
Okay.
All right. To me, that's still too close. Snipers go
really close for a sniper. Should be a kilometer, 2 kilometers, even some.
It depends on your weapon.
Yeah.
But the rifle that is wanting me to, the scope they was wanting me to get, was you can use up to 1,900 meters. It had all the ballistic calculations. Everything. And no, it just didn't seem right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I definitely those scopes, and I just wish, like, I want to wave a magic wand and give every person night vision in the Ukrainian army, you know?
Well, at least one per
unit.
No, not unit. No. At least one per dugout.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Because each dugout had 2 people. Well, actually, I don't know. Because you do patrols in pairs. One uses the night vision, and the other one is just there to help.
Right.
But night vision also blinds you.
Yeah. If you have good natural night vision, then sometimes you're better off without it in certain circumstances.
Well, I don't know. It's just, I would agree with one per position, because an 8-hour battery that you can charge up. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it was me in a position, honestly, it'd probably be clothing and weapons. Night vision. One per dugout. Well, one per position.
When you say clothing, what kind of clothing?
But there's a lot of people that's only got like 2 or 3 uniforms. I brought all my camouflage home. I've got 1 pair of BDUs, my bottoms, and I got 2 tops and 1 shirt. That was it. That's what I left with.
You're gonna shit. I've got at least 7. It's all mishmash, right? but it's all mishmash of different camouflages. Like it's a rainbow of fucking camouflage.
Well, mine is too. Mine is which is ironic, the pair I bought, because the pair that was given to me, I ripped in one day.
Classic.
They ripped the whole crotch out.
Classic.
So I don't know. It's just it's hard to say, man.
Yeah. Well, man,
So I'm gonna cut it off there a little bit here. I think.
Thank you so much, dude. This is awesome. I'm probably gonna break this up into 2 videos. You know.
Do what you need.
Yeah. No, but I'll send you the first one. I don't know, probably this week. You know.
So that's it. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them now. I was gonna show off some more of that mishmash mongrel clothes that I've picked up, but I think I'll save that for tomorrow night. I think we've been doing this an hour or more, so I reckon that's a good time. I hope everybody learned a lot, and if any questions come to your mind, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm gonna try to get Tony on. We talked about already. We're gonna meet again next Sunday. I'm not sure it's going to. I think it might be a little bit earlier in the day. We're talking about possibly doing it about 7 o'clock my time, which would be noon his time in America. To get him on here live, basically. And I just wanted to do this. There we go. I just wanted to share this. First of all, I wanted to record the video first, so just in case he felt like he needed to share anything that, might violate OPSEC, we could speak more freely. That's why I recorded this video like that. But I just realized I'm so far behind in my editing. I mean, I have so much video. I put out a lot of video, and I have a lot more that my editing is just so slow. Oh my God. And I just realized today, I was like, if I don't get this out there, it could be a month, and then that's stupid. So hopefully I will put this out as an actual video, not just a live stream with a little bit more fancy, I don't know, maybe a link to my Shopify. No, I don't want to do a recording. A link to this, so that people, with a little thing of, Tony's face on there saying, please help Tony get back to Ukraine. He did send me a message earlier this week saying that he had been asked that they were going to buy him a ticket potentially to come back, but that has not yet happened, and he's still looking for a way back at this point. So it'd be great if we could help him out, not just with a plane ticket, but other ways too. If you can think of some, I'm going to ask him. Stuff he needs to take with him. Maybe we can get him a scope that he can take with him. That would be great. Holy crap. Let's get him a scope so he can actually do the job that they wanted him to do. That'd be freaking awesome. I'm going to ask him exactly what scope it was that works with the gun that he had. The Dragunov, I believe. And then I'll post that to this page as well. So I'm sure the scope is available here in Ukraine. So thanks everybody for coming. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something. I hope that his accent wasn't too bad for those of you who are not native English speakers. I think he's from South Carolina, so South Carolina accents can get kind of thick sometimes. And I also realized that I had the speed turned up to like 1.25 speed. So if you go back and watch the video of the live stream, you could turn it back down to a slower speed, I guess. But also when I publish the video, I'll publish it at regular speed. So anyway, thanks everybody. K-Bell, Fire Marble, Lara, Ionic Decay, and Oksana. Thank you all for coming, and to my magnificent 7 who show up every time to watch these videos, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. The one last thing I want to ask you is, and I was asking Kay Bell about this earlier, is I want people to join my YouTube channel so that they can get connected to my Discord. K-Bell said there's no information about joining the Discord on the membership section or the membership page. If any of you wanted to go in there, look at that, and tell me what it looks like from your side, if it's clear, because basically there are some directions you have to follow. You have to connect YouTube to your Discord, and you don't get those directions on how to do it until you actually join become a member and then connect your Discord account to your YouTube account, and then it basically just automatically pops up and you're automatically in the Discord group when you go into Discord. But maybe that wasn't clear, so if you guys could let me know what you see and how I could make that more clear. Maybe I need to go in and type that in there. And I need to have an introductory video for my YouTube membership section, but again, another list of things I have to get to. Okay, thanks very much, everybody, and Slava Ukraine, do побачення.